So Cody, if you came into this store and you were gonna fine tune it, what are the things that the technician should look for? Because after the store, the first thing the guys want to get is get it up and running because the store owners are always pressing. We got product here. We're throwing it in now. I don't even have any CO2 in the system yet. You come across this all the time. The guys are saying they're putting product in, and I don't even have this. The rack's not even started. So they just want to get it up and running, right? At for when they come back to do a fine tuning, what are some of the parameters that they should be looking at? I know the control type would be one, but what are some of the things that they should look for to do the fine tuning?
So that response on, response off,
Yep.
you want to look at that. You want to look at superheat reference versus what your probe is actually giving out. See how that's set at 12 degrees, and you know what I mean? So they once probably maybe had that set at 8, 6 or something like that, and then put an actual probe on there and was like, oh wow, we're actually way down in here. So you want to look at superheat. You want to look at your alarm weight and your scroll up just a little bit, Chris. Your control weights up here and display weights. So a hundred's for walk-in coolers, and zeros for
Liquid
cases,
storage.
right? Yeah, yeah, zeros for cases. So you want to look at your weights and make sure that walk-in coolers, because your walk-in coolers is going off your return air, which they call air on, and then air off is supply air. And so on cases, they're running off discharge air, which means air off the coil.
Yep.
So you really want to make sure. So you want to look at that. You want to make sure all your control weight is where it needs to be. Superheat, response on, response off, defrosting. You want to make sure all your defrosting down there is correct per case manufacturer.
Yep.
You want to make sure your defrost number, your defrost start. You want to know if it's remote or if it's on the case itself. 90% of the time, it's going to be on remote, which is going to
Yep.
remote back to the DM panel. So these are just some of the things you want to start looking at. Make sure all that's kind of where it needs to be.